Alright, this is what I've been working on lately. It's a pain in the ass. It's this oh, I'm tired. It's this outdoor curved bench with it's all straight grain fir, which by the way Kime charges like $6 a board foot or something for fucking fir. It's nuts. Yeah, everything is all exterior. The inner frame is getting painted black, yeah, and then the fur is all getting stained and poly, which means that I need to like scribe all this shit and whatnot, have no fasteners show, pull it apart for painting and put it back together, which is a massive pain when you have all this fucking I keep calling it Tambor material, this fluted material. So I needed to put all these little like staves in there and do it so I can pull it apart and put it back together. It's so fucking annoying. And then the back is getting all this fur, which I got stacked up here. I've made the shop a fucking mess this week. Oh, this was supposed to ship the 23rd, and I'm like, no, it's just not happening. So much had to change on the fly from like what they show in here. They were like, oh yeah, you know, you'll get multiple layers of like marine grade bendy ply or just thinner plies or something to do these curves, but then that was never ordered. So we had to kerf this 3/4 so it would do the radius, which ended up working, but it means that dimensions and whatnot all changed completely from what's in the drawing, so that took figuring out. And then there were just certain things like there no support in here for these like end caps, or like the end of this, it's like the last support was like up here, which is fucking annoying. So I had to like domino and add on a thing there, and then like this is like 3 layers of like build up, and I don't know, just so much had to change on the fly. Yeah, so like all that had to change. This I ended up just stacking a bunch of 15/16 wide ply ribs, and I'm gonna just fucking stick screws right through the whole thing to mount these. And then this top, I'm just putting one of the ribs onto the underside of the cap, and I'm gonna put some liquid nail fuse it in there so I can just drop it in, and it'll tack up and hold that way. I don't have to really worry about clamping it down to get it in there. I'm doing the same for the verticals on the end. But yeah, like all this ended up changing. What sucks is like we have fuck all for exterior screws. Like we have like deck screws from building the crates, and so I had to like build this thing entirely out of like 2 and 3 inch screws, and then we just got some 2.5s, which didn't really work for putting like this tambor on, because they were still like the tip wasn't like a good enough thread to like grab it. So I'm just using like in a lot of areas on this I use like staples or screws that I know are gonna fucking corrode, but they're getting backed up by like fuse-it or polyurethane glue. My hands are like so fucked from all this poly glue. That's all the this is the kick view, and then that's extended out. Yeah, so a lot of that ended up changing. I guess it's getting planters all along the back. But yeah, that's been my past week and a half, I think. Week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Still need to assemble a little table that like connects to it on the back side. Gotta stack a couple more of these on here for the internal structure on the curve. I test scribed one of these for that back. Ended up working out pretty okay. A lot of it's gonna get hidden by the pieces over top, but I found out I couldn't just straight cut it. I drew it out full scale, and you'd be able to see it. So I have to go through and do that. These are the end panels. Pre-sanded everything for the back slats. Here's the kick material. This is what I fucked with today. God, I hate it. Because there weren't any like given dimensions, or there was like some space. There was some spacing given for this, but I wasn't given any math or number of pieces or anything to do this, to do these curves. So I had to basically draw it out, figure out roughly what size would, you know, fit around or fit or like through a inside curve, and you know, have it actually look round. But I forgot what I was saying. No, but I just had to, I was like, okay, it's all around 3, and then it's 19 pieces to make it around this curve. So a lot of it ended up being like, I would do a test and I'd be like off by like 9/16 or something like that, and I'd just go over and just tap the fence and run the things again, because everything was just compounding error. I ended up lucking out on the actual ones though. So yeah, here's that. It took advantage of the fact that the Quay, the shop foreman, wasn't in here because it's Saturday, and so I knew I could do something a little bit more tedious and take some time that would bother him to see me taking so much time to do. But the reality is, it just takes time, and that was this, because that's all like 3-inch little pieces, and you know, it's not like fucking perfect, but I got the screws back there, and I'm gonna use fuse it since it's gapped. That shit seems to work well, and it's like really high tack, so it should work out. And then I just went with like the one number through here. I had issues with it wanting to rise, so I don't know if it's out of square, because I had to do it so it butts up to a panel. But I wasn't sure if it was like out of square here, and that was causing it when I was referencing that edge to climb, or if the top like droops or something. But it's getting like exterior MDF with wood edging with an overhang here, so I was able to put a lot of my sins up in here, where no one will ever see it. And so like it actually is a little bit low, but no one's gonna lay on the ground and look at this thing. But yeah, I went through, and then I just went to the nearest whole number, and I lucked out. It was pretty fucking lucky that I was like a 1/16 off from 2-inch, and so I just had to do that. And then this has like 1.5 degree, and then the rest are 3 degree. And so actually this one might have been like, I don't know, but point is, I ended up doing that, and then I just slid this one up, and it had enough air through here that it was like locking it in like a key, basically. It loose, and then just pushed and pushed and pushed like a sliding dovetail would. So that was kind of convenient. But yeah, this is where I had to fucking add this shit. And while the poly was drying the other day, I fucking bent that around, and I tried scribing with the compass, got a bad result, so I just took my trammel points and did a block that was the same amount of offset to the tip as these pieces, as this piece was overhanging, because it needs to come flush. And then I just fucking ran it along. And is it perfect? No, but I also don't want it to be. I want to fucking get away with some shit in there. I mean, it sucks. Like, a lot of it has sucked, but it was a fun challenge. I'm actually enjoying it. Yeah.